Welcome to The Buzz with Angie
and Dylan.
This is our podcast from the Grand Forks Public Library, and we're recording inside our brand new story studio. It's a little soundproof booth right here in the library, decked out with high-quality mics and recording gear.
The best part? It's totally free for anyone to use. So if you've been thinking about starting a podcast, capturing family stories, or even recording a song for your kids, this space is ready for you.
All right, let's get into it. We're kicking things off with a series all about staff stories. Today, we're turning the mic on Wendy to talk about how she ended up working in a library and what that journey has looked like.
Wendy, are you ready?
Yep.
So what is your job title and what do you do day to day?
I am the director of the Grand Forks Public Library. It's my honor to have served in that position for almost 17 years now. Every day is different. I often focus on big picture issues like strategic planning and budget development and oversight, personnel, facility needs, all that fun stuff. But also day-to-day administration. I think that's where most of my time goes. It's getting bids for various projects or addressing staff questions or concerns and answering questions from the community, people who stop by and want to know certain things about the library. So a lot of my day is with people.
Something different every day, it sounds like.
It is. It's something different every day, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned you've been at GFP for 17 years, but do you want to kind of even go back in time and tell us about, your whole career with libraries?
Sure. I always loved libraries, and it was the first place I went to when I moved to a new community, and I moved a decent amount. So I really depended on libraries. However, it never occurred to me you could actually work at a library. I went to school for accounting, and I got to cost accounting in my junior year, and it was all computerized, which back then was DOS programming, and I didn't even know how to turn on a computer. I dropped that major and looked for another one, so I went for business, and I graduated with a business degree. I had a heart attack when I was 31. And not, just a little heart attack, but, a real heart attack at 31. And had no family history, really. I had an uncle who had a heart attack young, but anyway, it made me reevaluate my whole life. Like, life is short, and I need to do something I love. And so I wrote a list. What do I love? What did I like as a kid? A couple things came up, but one of them was books and the library. And so then, to top that off, I would look through the want ads back when we had paper want ads, and I looked through to see what jobs might strike my fancy. Oh, well, I'd like to work in a craft supply store. I love crafting. And I saw an ad for a children's librarian. And I thought, well, I love libraries. And kids are fine, too. So I applied. And I was shocked when I didn't even get called for an interview. So that set me on, and now I totally understand why I did not get called for an interview. Like, I have no experience with any of it. But I set out to find out, well, what do you have to do to work in a library? And I discovered to be a librarian, you needed a master's degree in library science. And I had no idea. So I set out to do that. And so now all these years later, here I am. And it was the best move I could have made.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned it was at age 31.
Yes.
So was that when you were fresh out of college, or had you worked in a different field for a while first?
Yeah, I had worked in a different field. I was working under my business administration degree, so I was part of a team that worked in a property management office. So we were the go-betweens between the owners of the buildings and the tenants. And we weren't in the buildings. There were managers in the buildings, but we were that company in between. And it was high stress. I mean, nobody was ever happy. The owners wanted to save money. The tenants needed things fixed and improved, needed them to spend money. And you're stuck in the middle. You know, it was just very high stress. So, so when I had my heart attack, I thought, I need to do something else. Not that working in a library doesn't have stress. It does.
Right.
It does. But it's a different kind because there's so much joy with it, too.
Right. And do you find that business and accounting background is still helpful in what you do?
Oh, definitely. Looking back, it was like I planned it, because I got the accounting background and then I got the business background. And, I depend on it every day.
I know you were kind of talking about like a lot of your day-to-day aspects, but is there a favorite part of your job? Like, is there something that you always look forward to, either like every week, every month, possibly every day?
Every day, I look forward to working with the people. I mean, the people are the highlight, both staff. I mean, we have the best team here at GFP, and everywhere I go, people will tell me that, oh, this person or that person was so helpful and so wonderful. And I agree, and I hear it everywhere I go. So that makes my day. And I know that everyone that works here is working to make other people's days. My big thing here that I look forward to the most is the little Halloween children's parade, where the toddlers and the 3-year-olds are all dressed up in their Halloween costumes, and you see the little dinosaurs, the little bumblebees. It's my favorite. They parade around the library 3 different days a week, and I watch every single one. I love it. So cute.
Such a fun tradition.
It is.
Yeah.
I agree. I know my favorite is always watching the baby story time costume parade. Because the babies, they have no idea what's happening. But it's just like amusing seeing like the babies are all dressed up and everything, the parents dressed up. And the babies, they're just along for the ride. And I think it's like really just cute and adorable.
Right. And then we try to get a photo, and it's like herding cats to try to get everybody into one spot.
It is so fun to watch that.
Yes. All right. We kind of already talked about this. How did you get into librarianship? Do you want to expand on that? Like, how long did you sit and think about that and kind of have that gut check of what do I like to do?
Right. So, it took a little while. And then I was living in St. Cloud at the time. And so I started looking into how to get the degree. And I think a lot of people don't realize it, but there are very limited universities that offer the Master of Library Science degree, and even fewer that offer the American Library Association accredited master's degree. Living in St. Cloud, there was no place nearby that offered the ALA accredited degree. So I went to St. Cloud State. They were just finishing out a library degree program. They were phasing it out. So I got to basically design my degree, the coursework. And so I did that. Unfortunately, it wasn't ALA accredited. It still worked in Minnesota, but if I wanted to move, it might not work. My husband was like the dishwasher, cooker, did everything around the house for me to go through because I worked full-time and then went to grad school for that degree. And that took 2 years, and then just about the minute I was done, an ALA accredited degree came via, we were one of the first kind of distant programs, but the professors would take turns. I actually graduated from University of North Texas while living in St. Cloud. But the professors would alternate. There was our location, Denton, Texas, where they were located, and Minneapolis. And the professor would go to Minneapolis one weekend, every Saturday and Sunday for 2 years. We spent in a university classroom watching the class on ITV. Anyway, that's how I got my degree. So I have 2 master's degrees accidentally, and afterwards I had to promise both my husband and my son I would not go to school anymore.
I'm sure it was a lot.
It was so much. And at the job I worked at, we had Secret Santas, and my Secret Santa bought me a rubber tree plant and decorated it with lights and tinsel and some little decorations. And I didn't have a Christmas tree that year for our family, so I brought it home, and it turned out to be my son's favorite Christmas tree of his life.
Cute. And so when you were working and going to school at the same time, were you still in your previous career, or were you already at a library and then working toward your master's?
Right. I was already at a library.
Okay.
As soon as I knew I wanted to get into librarianship, I went to volunteer at the St. Cloud Main Library. They wouldn't take me. They had enough volunteers, but I could be a clerk. So they would pay me, not use me for free, which seemed kind of funny, but anyway, so I signed up. So I started shelving. That was my first library job, and I love it. To this day, I love it. It's very calming and soothing to put the books in alphabetical order or Dewey Decimal order, and then line them up on the edges of the shelf, make it all pretty. But it makes you want to not let anybody mess it up.
Right.
Is there something that drives you in particular? Like, again, whether that is work-related or outside of work, is there something that you just feel like drives you on day-to-day basis?
I just really, really believe in the power of books to change lives. It's my passion. It changed my life. Actually, the public library in Southdale, Edina, Minnesota, was how I learned about the birds and the bees. Mom didn't know how to start that conversation, and so she took me to the library, and she showed me where the books are. She said, pick some out. So I did, and then we brought them home, and she said, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here for your questions. And it was a great way for me to learn about a topic that she didn't know how to even begin discussing or what to include and what not to include. Really improved my life. And I want people to get their questions to things and inspiration and refuge.
What is a fun fact about yourself?
I once sang with a rock band named Dash Rip Rock in St. Cloud, and just one song, but it was like life-changing. I didn't even think it was my voice coming out, with a band behind you and real microphones, and I kind of stopped, like, who is that? And it was me. But anyway, it never went anywhere, but it was a highlight, very exciting.
What song was it?
My baby does the hanky-panky. Yes.
Would you like to do a little clip for us right now?
I don't think so.
No problem.
Right.
I know.
Dylan's thinking, thank you. Thank you for not singing that.
Well, it's fine. Like, I just always know, like, it's something that is interesting, like, with family. Like, I always think about, like, when you hear stories from, like, your grandma and stuff like that, or your parents, it's always easy to kind of, like, forget that they were your age at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So you imagine, like, say, like, your parent or your grandma, like, singing on a band. Like, well, that's odd. It's like, oh, no, they were, like, my age, like, when they did this.
Right.
It wasn't, like, last Tuesday. I mean, maybe it was last Tuesday for some
been,
families, but, like, most instances, it was, like, years and years ago. So I've always just thought that's, like, interesting just seeing how time progresses and everything with that.
It's very interesting to me because I feel like that was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did this happen?
Yep. Is there a tip, trick, or hack that you think everyone should know about?
Yes. The one I tell people about the most is Libby. I remember telling Mayor Brown this. It's like, because he would travel so much. Like, if you are ever stuck in the airport in, Iceland, if you've got your phone, you've got entertainment. You can download books, magazines, audiobooks for free. And for parents with your kids, like we've got kids books on Libby. Just there's all kinds of entertainment to keep people busy.
Mm-hmm. I even use the kids' books at bedtime to kind of help my kids, put it on slow time and help them settle down.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the best.
Mm-hmm. All right. If you couldn't work for a library, what would you do instead? You'd still be singing with the band, wouldn't you?
I would. I'd be with the band. I'd be singing at Woodstock 30.
Yes.
This is the best job. So, I mean, I know I won't work here forever, but then I probably will just stop working and just do fun stuff only. But this is fun.
Like
So
coming to the library.
Right. Oh, I'll definitely come to the library and read all day if I want to.
Yeah.
You know.
We have a lot of retarees that this is kind of like their third space, right? To just hang out and start the
Right.
day.
Yeah.
So.
They read the paper or all kinds of things.
Can you tell us a moment at work that brought you joy?
There are so many joyful moments. The library is the best place to work for joy. I mean, every story time is pure joy. Years ago, this elderly woman came in and she was looking around. She just seemed lost and had no idea where to go or what to do. And one of our staff members noticed her and kind of went up and said, "Can I help you find something?" And then she kind of my staff member put her arm around this elderly woman and I mean, literally took her under her wing. And the woman explained to her that her husband had just passed away and she was really sad and she was having a hard time dealing with that. And so our staff member said, "Oh, we can help you with that." And she brought her, "Let me bring you to someone who knows all the things we have that can help you." And so she very kindly took her over to a librarian who helped her find some information about grief and grieving. To me, that just exemplified why I do this, because that poor woman was so sad and so lost and just so brave to come here and try to find something. Our employee made sure she found it and was so sweet about it and sensitive, and that just touched my heart. And every time I think about it, I feel joy and proud of what we do at the library.
Mm-hmm. And now we have that whole grief section.
We do.
Sponsored with All True, right?
Yep.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
It's only expanded.
Yeah, because at that time we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great resource. Yeah.
Right.
So if anyone's grieving, we've got you.
Mm-hmm. All right. What was your first library memory? So going way back to childhood or whatever it might be.
Really, that Birds and the Bees visit is the one that I remember, really. I know we always went to the library, and my mom never put limits on us. I see some parents telling their kids, "Well, you can have 2 books." 2 books? Well, that's not even going to last the car ride home. Mom never put a limit on us, and we could just take out big stacks of books, and it was wonderful.
Do you remember the first book you ever read from the library, or or the first book that you can at least remember that you've ever read from the library?
That's such a good question, Dylan. Yes, now that you say that, I do. In school, I would check out all the Curious George books. Curious George Goes to the Hospital. Curious George and the Man with the Yellow Hat. I mean, I loved Goes to the Hospital. That was my favorite Curious George book.
Any books that you've read recently that stand out that you would recommend to our listeners?
Well, I loved The Friends by Frederick Bachman.
Oh, yeah.
So beautifully written, but so accessible to childhood friends and the impact they can have on your life for your entire life. It was just beautiful. I also really enjoyed The Correspondent, which is written, what do they call it, an epistolary novel, which means it's written in the form of notes and letters to various people and postcards. And it's about one woman's life and the people she loves and the things that annoy her. Like there's quite a few complaints to the various departments of, the water department and, different places.
Yeah.
And you really got to know this woman, and I just wanted, to go visit her.
Any that you're looking forward to that are coming out soon?
I think it's come out now, but I got an advance copy of Ann Patchett's Whistler. We got to see the author speak at the conference recently, and so I'm reading that right now.
All right, we're switching gears a bit. It's time for a lightning round. Quick questions, quick answers, no overthinking. So, are you ready for this, Wendy?
I think so.
All right, let's go. Paperback or hardcover?
Both.
Romance or horror?
Romance.
Fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Book or audiobook?
Audiobook.
Dedicated bookmark or random item?
Random item.
Any great random items?
No, mostly I use the hold slip that
Yeah.
you guys put, that our staff puts in the book.
Definitely.
Oh, there we go.
Definitely. I know we've gotten some funky bookmarks coming in. I think there was a sliced cheese one time. Still in the plastic.
Like a craft single type
Right.
thing.
Yes. Yep.
Or we've seen like laundry detergent sheets. There was one time where it was like a sheet of toilet paper. It was like a clean sheet of toilet paper, but it was still like
Still kinda
a
yucky.
sheet of toilet paper. You're like, I know where this has been. But,
That wouldn't have been in 2020 when toilet paper was a hot commodity.
oh
Right,
no.
right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's always interesting.
Oh, goodness.
I heard one time a library found a piece of bacon
Oh, my.
as a bookmark. That seems ridiculous.
Yeah, that seems like a waste of perfectly good bacon.
Right.
It does.
Why would you do
It
that?
really does.
Mm-hmm.
Art or science?
Art.
Musical playground or the giant pink slide?
Musical playground. I can hear it from my office, and I love that.
Awesome. Sunrises or sunsets?
Sunset, because I can't get up that early for a sunrise.
True crime or feel-good stories?
True crime.
All right. Library of Things or Care Catalog?
Oh, Care Catalog.
Book Talk or the classics?
Book Talk.
Night Owl or Morning Bird?
Morning Bird.
Book Club or solo reading?
Book Club.
Book first or movie first?
Book first.
Reading snack, sweet or salty?
Both.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
So the results are in. We checked with the experts, ran the numbers, and surprise, every single thing you picked and a whole lot more is something you can get at the library for free. Gotta love that. That's it for today's episode of The Buzz. We'll be popping into your feed once a month, so keep an eye out for what's next. Until then, you can find everything we've got going on at gflibrary.com. See you next time on The Buzz.